The athletic apparel space is heating up, and Brooks Running is looking to capitalize here. As you look about and think about this company, they saw global revenue climb 5% so far this year. U.S. e-commerce sales, that jumped 25% through its direct-to-consumer business. And year to date, the company has racked up 21.4% of the running footwear market in the U.S. For more, we've got Jim Weber, who is the Brooks Running CEO, joining us now in studio. Always great to catch some time with you here. Walk us through some of the biggest catalysts that you're seeing in the running market right now that are driving some of these results for the business.
It's a pretty unique time. Probably the best marketplace for performance running footwear that I've seen in some 20 years. Couple drivers. A, participation solid. People are running, people are walking, people are hiking, trail running. There's just so many ways that they're using this product in the gym, on the treadmill. So the participation's there. Secondly, what's interesting is the footwear category is up about 6% year to date, but above $100, the premium price segment is up 17%. So we're making the cut. You know, a consumer with income and assets is spending, right, and the category we're in is getting a big piece of that. The other piece is that it's become the silhouette that's got universality to it. People are using it, you know, taking it on the plane with them in the gym. So it's a great time to be in performance running.
So how do you stay in front of the competition? Because I feel like I'm seeing more and more Hoka on sneakers. How do you stay in front of that?
There's so much competition right now, and I think it's innovation. You know, what's happened to us, we were very disrupted with COVID and supply chain the last 2 years. Finally, we're back on track with product introductions. So we've got a lot of innovation coming to market, and that's the key. We've got nitro-injected midsoles, which are very light, more durable, best cushioning that we've ever put into a shoe, plus broader ranges of color. A new shoe called the Ghost Max that has the glide roll technology that's maximum cushioning. So I think, you know, our category is always driven by product, and we've got a great pipeline coming.
So how different is the Ghost Max from the Ghost? Because I'm familiar with the Ghost. We talked before about, you know, Ghost, glycerin, et cetera. What's different?
Well, the Ghost is our best-selling shoe of all time, and it's, I think, the top-selling shoe in running. The Ghost Max is along the lines of this maximal cushioning trend. 10 years ago, we'd be talking about barefoot, but now a lot of consumers are looking for maximal cushioning, and the key to that working, because it doesn't flex, it's so thick, is a rocker. And so that's a preferred shoe by some runners, not for everyone, but by many.
What runner are you seeing gravitate towards Brooks right now the most, as you continue to see the consumer out there that is trying to figure out, okay, you know, not just how much am I spending on a shoe, what kind of durability am I going to get out the shoe? What are the purposes I'm going to use it for as well? I mean, we're sitting here overlooking New York City, where we're going to have the marathon in just a few days. So what type of runner is gravitating towards the brand from what you're seeing in the data?
I think one of the things that makes us unique is our just obsession with runners and starting there. And then, of course, that silhouette is great for walking and the gym and everything else. But in running, it's that frequent runner, that dedicated runner that's putting in a lot of mileage, because if it works at mile 26, it's going to work at mile 3 for you. So that's why we try to prove the product with people that are putting in a lot of mileage, and the key is to get that second shoe, because runners know if that shoe is working for them. So that's the core, but then of course the speed shoe market with carbon plates has just been hugely innovative, and a lot of people are looking for that shoe for race day because it makes them a little faster, springy carbon plate in the shoe. And then, of course, trail. So I think we're competing in every category and segment on the premium side of things, and we're trying to make the best-in-class product in that segment. But I think in the core of everyday trainers, cushion is a universal truth, and we're doing really well there with dedicated runners.
You mentioned the Ghost Max is thicker than the Ghost. How does it compare to, say, the Adrenaline? Is it a thicker sole than the Adrenaline?
It is. And so what's interesting is the new big midsole shoes tend to lock your foot up. It's a rocker. Your foot doesn't move. And for most runners that are doing mileage, you want your foot to move a little bit for most runners. So the Ghost and Adrenaline are right in that sweet spot.
When you think about pricing strategy, and for the consumer that we were talking about, where you're recognizing price, where you're realizing the consumer is still willing to pay up versus what's also been a promotional environment for some of the competition that's out there too. What does that kind of target for full sales of your inventory or full price realization look like right now?
You know, it's the best environment ever. We're seeing customers willing to pay premium prices. So the healthiest price points are $140, $160, $200. That's new. one of the things I think about is that going to be the case a year or 2 or 3 from now, especially for that person that's buying 3 pairs a year? Will they pay, $200? So I don't know the answer to that, but we're building really strong products at every one of those price points. I think running, what's happened now with all the innovation in shoes is the shoe matters. People, and it does, we've always believed that, but for a lot of people the shoe matters. And so finding the right product for them, they tend to create some loyalty around that, even though they're curious and try new things. So they've been willing to pay more for this type of product than we've ever seen before.
And then in terms of the marathon, which as Brad mentioned is coming up this week in the New York City Marathon, it's huge. You'll have runners from all over the world coming here. Which Brooks are we going to see the most, especially for the fastest runners?
It's interesting. 47,000 people, I think, ran this race last year. It's international. It's an incredible race. We had about 20% of the runners, they do high-speed cameras account, were on Brooks last time. So something like 9,000 or 10,000 runners. The #1 shoe on course was the Ghost last year, without a doubt. It's our top seller. All right.